it's Red Snapper and Nutmeg, and welcome to the Showgirl's Closet. Today, we will look at another of my Hawaii fabric projects, and we'll look at Nutmeg. Hi. August of 2023, Mr. Snapper and I went to Hawaii for the first time. Yay! And we went with some of my family, and we bought a bunch of fabric while we were there. Big fan of the fabric. In fact, we planned out what day we would go, and I figured out about how much fabric I would need to get to make matchy outfits for me, Mr. Snapper, and Nutmeg. Our other two dogs didn't really wear clothes. We did a lot of fabric shopping, all of our fabric shopping, at Hawaii Fabric Mart. I'm still on their mailing list. This episode is not sponsored by them, but I am a huge fan. Shipping costs a bit extra when you get things shipped to the States, but we planned to get plenty of fabric. I had packing cubes set aside for all of the fabric I intended to get, even though I didn't know what pattern, what style I would work with. I wasn't sure exactly what I'd be making, but I got like 6 or 8 yards of fabric of each of the things that I purchased. And this is the last fabric project from that fabric haul. I have purchased more fabric since, and I had to purchase, when we did the first episode of this, I talked about the jumpsuit that I made and how I was going to try to match up the patterns, but it was like a big design. So it was really hard to match things up without using a lot of fabric. So I had to order a little bit extra from that. I believe I had to order a little bit extra for this because I was about a half yard short. If you like the look of this kind of fabric, you can order it from Hawaii Fabric Mart. I don't know that they have sales, but they have fantastic fabric. I really like working with it. My whole family, we all purchased a bunch of fabric because we are all sewists. So I say my whole family. My whole family who went purchased fabric. And I did get some extra fabric for Mr. Snapper shirts that were not intended to be matchy in this whole thing. And I do order from there when I need a little extra or there's something that I really like. I will absolutely order more fabric. I'm trying not to hoard fabric. You will see different sewing projects that I've done to work through fabric that I've purchased. So here we go. Let's take a look. It's another one with a large print. I know. This is cotton. Very large print. It's light blue. I like that with birds of paradise. Very, very pretty. And I made yet another, well, it's kind of a jumpsuit. It's a romper. This is the third thing that I've worked with using the same exact sewing pattern because I like it. I like how it looks. I like these pockets. I like how the belt goes here. It's super fun. Super duper fun. And I've sewn it enough times that I know how to do it really well. Mr. Snapper's shirts, I've used the same pattern for years. And I know how it fits. I know how to put it together. It's really, really easy. There's no reason for me to reinvent the wheel there. I wore this for one of our nights of Agility League last summer. I finished it ahead of Agility League. And it is pretty comfortable. With any jumpsuits, I mean, you still have to worry about peeling them down. I've talked about jumpsuits. I have more jumpsuits to talk about too. So you do have to like basically get totally naked to use the restroom when you wear a jumpsuit, unless you can pee out the front. And I don't even know how you could. Anyway,
catheter. Like,
yeah, where the zipper ends is challenging. Anyway, I've got coconut buttons because you can get, I think, 10 coconut buttons. They're 1/2 inch or 5/8. You can get 10 of these for $1. So I tend to order a bunch of buttons anyway when I've had to reorder or order additional fabric from Hawaii Fabric Mart. It's a great deal. If you do place an order with them, get some buttons. The coconut buttons look great. This particular design, because I know how it works, I know I've made this pattern before, I just cut it off where I felt like it should be cut off. It also works really well with a belt that I got when I wear the long sleeve jumpsuit. Pleather, but this was an Amazon special and it looks nice with this, and also it matches these coconut buttons well enough. Now, because I'm me, I had to make matchy for Mr. Snapper. So we looked super cute that night of Agility League because, you know, we were matchy with his shirt and coconut buttons. And I've made this many times, this particular pattern, so many times. It's very easy, very straightforward. It takes me maybe 2 hours, maybe a little bit more to make one of these shirts for him because I know what I'm doing. I could do it in my sleep. So matching shirt and, of course, a little dress for Nutmeg. The first dress that I made for her, I put Velcro on. The mock-up had Velcro, and then I started using these little snaps. And these snaps can be a pain in the butt to put in because sometimes, you know, they don't sink into the fabric beautifully. And I have to use somebody with stronger hands to mash the little snaps into place. But a fun fact is when Nutmeg was in Agility League, that particular time, she weighed a bit more. I talk about dealing with weight fluctuation as a lady of a certain age. Well, it happens for dogs too. She had more sedentary siblings at the time, so they didn't do as much running as she did with Chowder and as she does with Little Pepper. The top fits fine. This fits fine across her, you know, upper chest. But I wasn't able to dress her for the end of Winter Agility League because she had lost so much weight. There's like space in here now, so I need to add more snaps so that it fits her and it doesn't hang off of her body. I'm sure if she wasn't playing with Pepper, then she would be more than happy to come in and get dressed in her little dress because she loves wearing her little dresses and she's adorable. So we did get the little family outfit. It is so difficult to find in Hawaii matching outfits for female human, male human, and dog human. It may be a touristy thing, but in Hawaii, you can get matching outfits for couples. Or we got a couple of matching Hawaiian shirts for my nephew and his girlfriend. But they have shirts and dresses and
sometimes children's clothing in the same pattern.
Yeah, sometimes they have children's clothing in the same pattern. I had to adjust a baby dress so that Nutmeg would have something that was more or less ready-made to be matchy-matchy.
I think we talked about that on an earlier episode.
We talked about that little matchy-matchy outfit and what I had to do on an episode of Project Nutmeg so that I could alter that. But generally, there are dog dresses that are like $30+ and they are not necessarily the same fabric, or dog shirts, not necessarily the same fabric as the rest of the family. So I had to do it myself. A lot of my sewing over the years has been something that I wanted to see in the world or something that I wanted to wear that didn't exist. So I had to find the things and put it together so that I could have the look that I wanted. Looking at how lazy I am right now, you might not think that I would be so intentional, but I am because I get to create the things that I want to see in the world. So I will put on this jumpsuit and you can see how, well, I guess technically it's a romper. You can see how it fits. Here we go. Ta-da! Very fun romper. You can see it's got my little loopholes. Yay. Ta-da! Super cute. And it matches the dog. Not the tiniest dog. She doesn't have a dress yet, but she could. Yes, she could. When she's done growing, I'll make her a dress. Not yet, though. Hi. You could see here how much extra space there is in this dress because she's lost weight. Do you want up? Okay. Look at this. Look at the ease with which I can pick up a dog. That is an important thing for whatever I wear for Agility League, is that I can easily pick up a dog. Here's backside. No belt loops in the back. It just rides free. I feel like I should be working at the zoo. Welcome to the puppy habitat. Here we have a scruffy little dog and her dog sister who wants to play with her. Hi. How you doing? Another important thing with, well, yes, I know, with outfits to wear when doing dog things is that they're easy to launder. Because dogs, as much as we love them, they can be pretty gross. You could be pretty gross. Okay, now I gotta give Nutmeg some kisses. There we go. Okay, let me get you kisses. And here we have the insane mini Aussie Doodle who wants her puppy. So there you go. Pockets. I love pockets. That is the romper that I made with the last of the Hawaii fabric that I got to make matchy outfits. I still have some fabric to make a couple of shirts for Mr. Snapper and to make something else for myself. But ta-da! What do you think? What do you think about the fabric? Is this something that you would like to work with? Because this is, I love it. I love this style of fabric. Even though it requires pressing, it's still pretty great. What do you think about the jumpsuit with the zipper in the front? That's pretty cool. Do you like this sewing pattern? Do you like fabric like this? Do you know of a place that is stateside that has this kind of amazing fabric? I would love to hear from you in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, boop that bell for notifications. Many thanks to my patrons for the years and years. I appreciate your support. That's right, Pepper. And you'll see me next time. Bye.